Ah, February, the month of love.
But what games did we really love this month? Hi, I'm Libby, this is Julian, and together we are Box Meeples. And yes, we're talking about our favourite games of February.
Now, I'm just bored of playing games with you, it seems.
Oh, thanks.
Because this month I am yet again choosing a solo board game.
Even though we've been to
we may have played a huge number of games this month, but yeah, I've gone for another solo game because I've completely fallen in love with Under Falling Skies. Now, I'd heard about this game and I got it a while back. I got it in a kind of second-hand sale when I was at a Manchester Aircon and just put it on the shelf. I was distracted by other solo games. But while you've been working, I was like, what can I play? What's there that I haven't played? And I saw this. And I remember people talking so fondly about this.
Oh, it's one of those games you always see at conventions in that sort of big, huge format that looks like, I don't know, like 4 times the size of an arcade game.
Well, because I looked at my stats and it said I had played this before. So I must have played the giant version of it. But spending some time with this, I realised just how clever this all is. Now, it's one of those games where you are rolling dice and you think, oh, a 6, that's good. And you have to place your dice out on different columns, a bit like Space Invaders, where aliens are coming down in a straight line directly down towards you. If you get to the bottom, bad things happen. There's a mothership that's spawning more of these things. And you place your dice on each of the columns, but you can only place 1 dice on each of the columns. So when you get a 6, super duper, you can do a sync for strength action. But the problem is that also means the alien is going to move down 6 steps.
Ooh.
So it really is this kind of logic problem of where do I place this good thing to get a bad effect? And it's very unusual in a game where 6 can be both fantastic and awful. As you're rolling the dice, the keen-eyed amongst you will have already noticed that their dice are different colours because there's 3 greys and 2 whites.
Right.
Once you place a white one, you have to re-roll all of the dice. So you can get rid of those bad dice, but you have to get rid of all of the dice. So you have to work out, okay, when am I going to place these to maximise my re-roll? Do I save it so I'm just re-rolling 1? Do I want to place it early to re-roll all of them? Where are you going to place them on the board? Are you going to focus on destroying the aliens? Are they in the right place? Are you going to actually just build up some shield? And I haven't even gone into the best thing about this game.
Which is?
Campaign mode. So on its surface, it looks like, okay, this will get a bit samey and boring. And to be honest, you can totally get this completely free online as a print and play, which only has that mode. But in this one, there's the campaigns. You're unlocking different scenarios, different places where the aliens are attacking right here in the box. And that just adds some longevity to it. But the core game, I was so hooked on.
It's not one I've played yet. All I know about it was Space Invaders, the board game.
Hear me shouting, I've rolled another 6.
For me, this month we went up to the Hachette Games Day, which was great to see loads of the games that they have coming out this year. And one of those is actually sort of a reprint, a reimagination, a director's cut, some might say, of a previous game, Cyclades. And this version is the Legendary Edition. Very excited for it. It's one that's been on my wish list for, I think I can reliably say, years now.
Yes, I think you can.
I think I must have played the older edition way back ages ago, and then it sort of went onto my wish list, and then I heard about this version coming, and then we've been waiting for that one ever since. And I love the theme of Cyclades. I mean, I've sailed around the Cyclades quite a lot. But that kind of mythology and stuff, I think, is a really nice theme. And it's just so brilliant the way that everything is put together in this game, how it all sort of combines into each other. And I think every game would be so different. So we're calling it Director's Cut because it's kind of got the best bits of all of the expansions that have ever been made put into this one, cut out the fodder, and then adding in all the great stuff. It has an excellent bidding mechanic. Where obviously you're going to have to work on where your income is coming in from the game. But at the beginning of every round, you're bidding as to what action you're going to be able to take from which god. And And you're going to need to be able to take pretty much all of those actions at some point. Some of them, the kind of straightforward, just gain more income type actions, and some of them letting you do stuff that will move you towards win conditions. But because those actions cycle round, the timing of that is really important, which ties into that bidding mechanic. And if you're up in the top, you get to bid first, but then someone might outbid you, and then you can't rebid on that same track. You have to move somewhere else. And if you're hoping to go back to the track you started on, you want to hope someone else is going to outbid you again so you can hop back over there, if you've, of course, got the cash to be able to do that. So vying for actions, maybe playing into trying to make people think you're doing something.
I think there's the kind of perfect amount of hidden information in this. You don't know what other people have to bid. You don't know even, how close they are to achieving, building the big cities out. Are they on the cusp of doing that? Because the game can suddenly end so quickly when you lose track of what people have done. Yeah.
So if you've been gradually, slowly under the radar, catching these cards as you go along, and then all of a sudden, boom, you can finish the game. So you really have to keep track of what people are doing. There are some other cards which allow things, maybe the bidding track to be cheaper, maybe the monsters that you can gain to be cheaper, and those monsters are epic and they can really mix up the game. You've got everything from Hydra to Medusa to a Minotaur, and they're all doing different things. So you're choosing whether you would purchase them to bring them into your control, but then they also have a cost to keep them alive each round. And you've also got other sort of heroes as well that you can take under your wing. Some of them are going to have instant action. Some of them are going to have something with a bit of longevity and they get on the map as well. There's just so many different things going on, and you're trying to control things. And some of these heroes, some of these monsters can just decimate someone's ships or someone's armies. Some of them can take over mercenaries. All sorts of carnage can happen. Just such an interesting game, and I can't wait to play it again.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic to get to the table again. But what's been your favourite game of the month? Do let us know in the comments down below. Have you played Cyclades or indeed Under Falling Skies? Let us know how you got on with those.
Yes, we would love to hear from you. Of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. It really does help us out. And ring that bell to find out more about what we're doing. We've got a few new series out on the channel, so some interesting stuff coming up, including Back in the Game, our series where we're going over all of our top 50 games and replaying them and seeing what we think. Did they warrant a space on that list? And we also have another series.
We've got Let's Table It, which is where we get a new game and we give our thoughts as soon as we've tabled it.
Yeah, a bit of a first impressions one as well.
And of course, if you want to buy any of these games, a good place to go is your phone local game store. And for us in the southeast of England, that is, of course, Chaos Cards. And don't worry if you're not being to Chaos Cards, they have a fantastic website and there's a discount code, as always, down below in the description.
There is indeed. But for now, we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.